Hey everybody, welcome back. My name is Jamie from The Cozy Cottage. I am so excited to talk to you today. I have been wanting to talk about this for quite some time, and there's a reason why my channel is called The Cozy Cottage. It is very cozy and it's very cottagey. It's small. I mean, we're talking there's 6 people living in an 1,100 square foot home. To some of you that might be big. To some of you that might just be average, and to some that might be really, really small. We don't live in a tiny home like a 300 square foot home, but this still feels really small for how many people are here. It's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, and we make do. But I'm gonna tell you right now, if you think living in that tiny house or that small house just looks so perfect and happy and wonderful, it's not always that way. I'm gonna tell you some things that make it really hard to live in a small home. Let me just tell you the first that drives me the most crazy. A small house gets so messy so fast. And I know this is the case with all houses. But say you have the equal amount of things in a big house as a small house, and they're all out all over the floor. Well, when you take that space and make it really small, it's gonna seem like a lot more stuff is out in the small house than is in the big house. Or say the kitchen is just scattered with stuff on the counter. If you have a little counter space compared to a giant, huge kitchen, it feels like your mess is way bigger, even though it may not be. So it just blows up. Really fast. So that is the number one thing that drives me nuts about living in a small home. The second thing is nobody really has their own private space. Sometimes in life, adults and children just go through hard times and you want your own space just to think. But guess what? In a small home, usually no one has their own room. So if you want to have your private space, your own thinking space, you probably have to go into the bathroom and shut the door and lock it. And hopefully you can think clearly there. Sometimes you have to just shut your door to your room that you share with other people and just say, hey, I need a timeout right now. Or you go outside. But as far as having your place to call your very own, that's just not really possible in a small home, at least not in ours. The next thing is that it can be loud. I have 4 kids and they're always running around this small home and it's loud. And then when the baby is sleeping, oh my goodness, they always wake the baby up, it seems like. Or if someone flushes the toilet, that can wake up the baby because the bathroom is right by the baby's room. It's just tricky. Or if someone wants to listen to music in their room, hear it throughout the whole house. So you can't find a quiet spot in the house. I just don't think that exists. Another thing is that there is not a lot of storage space. Now, we live in a small home and I'm surprised the amount of storage we actually have in our home, but there's not a lot of room to store things. So, especially if you have a lot of hobbies, like you like arts and crafts, and maybe your husband loves to go hunting and fishing like mine does, and we love to go camping as a family. There's a lot of things we like to do, but all of that takes a lot of storage space. So, although we have a garage, that's where we keep a big part of our storage. It's tricky. If you have a lot of things you like, it's tricky to find room for all of those things. There's just not a lot of room to have lots of toys and lots of extras in a small home. Another one that makes me super sad is you can't have a ton of company over. My husband has a really big family, and to invite all of them over to our house would just not be possible. I mean, it is, but you are squished like sardines and it's just not comfortable anymore. The cozy becomes way too cozy and you want your breathing room. So it's really hard to sometimes entertain or have people stay the night because your space is so limited. Even though it is possible, you just can't have maybe as large a group as you might like. And for some, that might be okay. There is no extra room. This is my husband's biggest complaint. He'd love like a game room. Somewhere he could go and just hang with the kids or with his family when they came over, or my family, and just play. Have a game room or a media room. We don't have that. We don't have a place just for toys, so it's all over the house, blown up. It's just awesome. So if you're one of those people that like your own man cave or your own special room, small houses usually don't have that. Oh, and speaking of extra rooms, there's not a room to be like, I'm gonna finish that later. Or I'm working on a project, but I didn't finish it, so I'm just gonna set it in my room, this other room, until I'm ready to start a project. It doesn't happen. When I'm working in a project and halfway through, it goes in my bedroom until I finish it. I don't have a room just to stick it in until it's done. It's so annoying. There's not a lot of running space, and that's obvious. Like I said, I have 4 kids, and they're running around the house all the time.
Not you.
I don't have a basement to just say, go run and play in, or go upstairs and play. There's not running space. So you feel kind of like, I just have to sit here and be still and be boring, and that's not always fun. So if you want to play, you gotta go outside. I mean, if you want to play real hard, run around, be crazy, inside is just... it's nuts. It's nuts. And is there anything else? I think that is it. Oh, no, I said one more. I did. It can get stinky fast. Just like it can get messy fast, it can get stinky fast. You burnt something in the kitchen or just cooked onions in the kitchen, it just smells the whole house like onions. My husband's like, that smells awful. It's not like a big house where you can go into that far room down the hall and you don't smell anything. No. If one thing stinks, or like the laundry room, our washer really stinks right now, the whole house stinks. So good luck with that if you want to live in a small home. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. These are just some of the things that are hard about living in a small home. There are some things that are awesome, so I hope you stay tuned for that video. I hope it will come out before the end of this month. There are some awesome things about living in a small house. Obviously, we choose to live in one. We could live in a bigger home if we wanted, but we choose to live here. So I hope you stay tuned for that. And then I will talk about how you can make living in a small home easier for you, even amidst the hard things. I hope you are having a wonderful day. Please stay tuned and I will talk to you later, and please subscribe. Talk to you later. Bye.